What's up, everybody? I am Travis,
I'm Awkward Colin.
And I'm Joe.
and welcome to another episode of This Freakin' Show, the weekly podcast with a little bit of something and a whole lot of nothing. It's a weekly podcast that's brought to you by the Firepit Bar Grill, Peotone, Illinois. If you're looking for a down-home country restaurant that offers you a burger and beer for just $7.99, as well as live music played throughout the summer, check out Firepit Bar Grill, Peotone, Illinois. You can check out the Facebook Firepit Bar or go to the website, firepitbar.com.
And if you want yourself a snazzy tie, oh, I should try that again. If you want to snag yourself a snazzy tie to wear to see some live music at the Firepit Bar Grill, you should head over to weareadvertise.com, where you get yourself a high-quality knit tie for the low price of just $15. Use the special discount code Freakin, that's Freakin. You'll even get free shipping on your order. So head on over to weareadvertise.com and pick yourself out a neat tie today.
Joe, I should tell you right now that you should feel honored to be in my presence today.
Yeah? Yeah, I'm always honored.
I'm a survivor of a stabbing.
So,
Yes, he is.
what did you get stabbed by?
I got stabbed by knife, Joe.
Oh.
As most stabbings occur, they usually occur by knife or ice pick if you're a mafia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was shivved by a knife. It was awesome.
I was not there. I mean, I was slightly there, but not there.
Yeah. There definitely was a crowd, but this was in a kitchen, and there was only a few people in the kitchen compared to the large party in the back patio.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Yeah, but I survived. It was traumatic. Got a nice little scar here right on my stomach, but luckily it didn't pierce any vital organs, so I definitely lived.
You're lucky.
Yeah, it was scary, but I survived.
Good. I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been an awkward party.
It would have. It was a little awkward when the girlfriend pointed Colin as the stabber.
Since I wasn't there.
I know she completely blamed you 100%.
Well,
Yikes.
she likes to.
Yeah, it's easier that way. No, but so today we're over at Mom's house and we're all swimming and everything, and Colin and his girlfriend brought over this pineapple, uncut, like a whole fucking pineapple, like a episode of Psych.
Yeah.
And she wanted to cut and everything, so I grabbed this fucking knife off the top of the fucking knife set block on top of the fridge, and somebody who the girlfriend accused Colin of doing, because apparently he does this all the time, put a little knife in the same slot as the big knife. So as I go to pull out the big knife, the small little fucking knife comes down, fucking gets me in the stomach, and falls to the fucking ground.
Yikes.
Yeah, and at first I thought, well, maybe the knife just fucking hit me. You know, it felt a little weird and normal shit hitting you. But as it turns out, the knife did penetrate my flesh. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay.
I am. It's not as bad as it sounds. It's just like, I mean, like I've seen paper cuts worse, but I can now officially join the group of stab victim survivors. So
Nice.
yeah, and the pineapple got cut successfully, so we're all good.
Oh, you're better then.
I have got to say one thing too, that today was the closest day I've ever been to Travis's nipple,
Yeah.
which was kind of awkward.
Well, surprising.
We were playing chicken fight,
Mhm.
and it was basically I was losing my balance moving forward, and I just like my face first into his chest, and then all I hear is the person on top of me going closer, closer. It's just like I can't get any closer.
Yeah, it was an epic day, and I'm sorry you guys couldn't make it out today to join with us.
Yeah, it was about it. We've both been sick all weekend, so.
Oh, so like
Good for everybody.
so you're sick like yesterday and shit too?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad you wanted to go up to fucking Cheesecast and get all this sick, you douche.
I figured it wouldn't be as bad as
That wouldn't be as bad.
it's not as bad at pools, or I don't know. There's something about that the lack of physical barriers
Yeah,
that made it seem like everyone would get more sick if we were in the pool.
yeah, like being close to another man's nipple.
Yeah.
Right.
That barrier might be crossed to get people sick.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's but no, it was a wonderful day. Colin has probably some of the most epic tan lines I've ever seen in my life. Almost drowned Sherry, so that was pretty cool.
That was horrible.
It was absolutely horrible. I literally within the first like probably 3 minutes of me being there, I caused her and Alan to have to leave.
Oh no.
Yeah, and not on purpose.
No, it was a complete fucking accident. So as children do, or apparently young adults as well, will fill a pool noodle up with water, blow into one end and shoot water out the other end.
Yep. I'm familiar.
So I thought it'd be funny to get, to convince Sherry to fucking, blow through the tube, and then I'd aim it at my mom to get her. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to blow in the opposite end to shoot the water into her face.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not thinking about when I told Sherry, hey, blow into the tube, I'm going to aim it at mom. Like before I even had a chance to aim it at mom, I literally grabbed it and then started blowing into it, thinking that she wasn't prepared to blow the water yet. So I shot the water straight down and it went straight into her mouth.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That
she
was
she almost drowned. Yeah.
Really brutal.
Yikes.
Yeah. So I could only assume that the knife stabbing was some kind of karma or that black magic that I know that she's into.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But besides the drownings, the collapse of human beings onto another, because we also tried doing a totem pole with a person on shoulder with a person on shoulder kind of thing. Yeah, almost killed Sam too. So Colin
no.
almost died. Yeah. It was a day filled of fun and tragedies.
Yikes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're saying Colin had a motive to put that knife in that block that way?
Yeah. So I mean, shit had to been.
Yeah, it
planned.
was beforehand, wasn't it?
I was no, I think I was one. No, I was stabbed. I was stabbed before the totem pole collapsing.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Sorry,
Yeah.
Colin.
Count was probably some kind of Seuss there who predicted it was going to happen.
Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah. So, but besides all the fun and madness that we went on today, Joe, what's going on in your life?
Whole lot of nothing. Just been in sick all weekend, so I've been reading Dune for the first time, which has been exciting. It's a really, really good book. I finally understand why people are obsessed with it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's about it. Got some cool. They're doing some construction at the church that we like to go to, and so the pastor let me just take some books home from the church library that they're not going to have anymore. So that was cool.
Oh,
But yeah, just low key couple weeks, getting ready, getting myself ready to do the chaplaincy stuff that starts June 4th.
Nice.
So that's coming up. Yeah. So nothing near as exciting as getting stabbed or drowned or collapsed upon
Or toasted like a lobster.
or toasted. Yep.
We all had our downfalls today. Colin, what about you? What have you been up to?
Just started my new class. Doing work pretty much. But, and then dealing with this heat. we had like a record high this weekend for heat, and my house has no air conditioning, and it sucks.
It does. It's so hot.
Yeah, Joe's right along there with me. Apartment, no air conditioning, except like what you buy, but
Yep.
it's brutal.
Air quality alerts all weekend.
Yeah, when you're trying to survive and you just keep getting incinerated. So, but oh man, I mean today wore me out. Hey, you don't tell me about that. Like I was sleeping right before we got on tonight, and luckily the girlfriend was like, hey, you have a podcast tonight. Oh, okay. I guess I'll get up. But I was telling Joe earlier how I actually have work that I should be working on, but I have no motivation right now to do it, especially since I'm too burnt. So.
Yep.
But that's what I've been up to. What about you, Travis?
Well, I'm glad you asked me, Colin. So this past weekend, I celebrated my 29th birthday.
Happy birthday.
Well, thank you. It was probably one of the best birthdays I've had in a long time. It was the first birthday in about 7 years that I shared it with a girlfriend, which made it so much better because, I mean, like, obviously, you know, you have your family and stuff like that who, you know, are kind of obligated to spend time with your birthday and stuff like that. But it's really awesome to have that one person that's in your life that they don't have to, but they do what they can to make it like special. And it's absolutely amazing. My mom got me an air fryer, so I'm really excited to use that. She also was able to get me an antique chest that I've been trying to find for my living room, so I kind of put it against a wall where like the chair and everything is. Kind of put stuff in and like put stuff on and stuff like that. She was able to find one, which was absolutely amazing. So I'm looking forward to kind of like redoing that, making it look nicer and kind of something that's cool for the living room itself. But it's also amazing that my girlfriend made these keto lemon squares. that I've been dying to have for so long, and she made them.
Nice.
Yeah, and she made keto brownies like she has before, and they always taste amazing. And she made me a loaf of keto bread that I'm really excited to try. And make sandwiches out of. So I'm really excited for that as well. She also got me the 2-pack of the Pocahontas and Pocahontas 2,
Nice.
which she was a little concerned about getting me it because she didn't think that I was a huge fan of Pocahontas 2, which is not necessarily the case. It's not that I hate Pocahontas 2. I just hate how big of a douchebag John Smith is in the second one.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really excited for that. She was going to give me Aladdin because it's one of my favorite Disney movies. But when the Disney Vault does not release Aladdin, you can't purchase that shit for less than $45-$50.
Damn.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's really cool. It was awesome. I got to spend time with Mom and Carl. Nick was able to make it out. Ashley, she already had plans with her friends, and obviously Sherry had plans for her husband for his birthday. That was earlier in the week and stuff. So me, Carl, Nick, and the girlfriend, we all went out to Hibachi. So that was really fun and everything. We had a blast doing that. And I came home and I got to spend the rest of the evening watching movies and stuff with my girlfriend. So it was a very low key birthday, but it was definitely one of the best birthdays I've had in such a long time, and it's all due to my girlfriend and my family and shit like that. So it was really cool.
Nice.
Yeah, it was. All in all, it's been a pretty sweet week, all weekend and everything. I got to do that shit for my birthday. Yesterday, Carl came over and started putting this exhaust fan in my house and everything. It's supposed to kind of help with the dense air and the heat inside the house. Came over there a little bit more today, and I got to spend time in the pool yesterday and today. And then even tomorrow, Tuesday, I still have the day off because I work Tuesday through Saturday, and I got a holiday off still for Memorial Day, so I get Tuesday off instead. So I have one more extra day of doing nothing.
Nice.
So, yeah, I want to go see Deadpool, but I think me and Colin are gonna go do that together.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll have a date. It'll be awesome.
Yeah. Last thing we saw together, what was it?
It was either Downsizing or The Greatest Show. I can't remember which one was first.
I think it was Greatest Show.
Which is awesome, and I'm glad I own it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you own it?
I do. Oh, I pre-ordered that shit.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's a great movie, man.
It's such a good movie. I'll never stop saying it's a great movie. It should have been nominated for more Oscars. Even though I've said it before, I'll say it multiple times. It definitely deserved more Oscar nominations.
Yeah. Oh, I agree, definitely.
Still waiting for Colin to see Avengers so we could talk about that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to see it in theaters now. With like Deadpool and then the Solo movie coming into theaters.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of push things out.
It's kind of crazy time for movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually a little bit surprised that I guess I was reading the news today. Solo underperformed for the weekend.
Really?
And it only brought in like 90 million or something like that, or 90 billion. I don't know, some ridiculous number. But it was less than they expected. And I'm like, what do you expect? It came out a week after Deadpool, which came out 2 weeks after Infinity War.
Yeah.
Like, you got to spread your movies, especially since Disney owns Infinity War and Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know, Disney doesn't own Deadpool, but like, you know, they're just Black Panther is still in theaters. So how could you expect Infinity War to not do at least as well? You know, it's crazy to me. And then you're going to put another big blockbuster. There are so many blockbusters coming out this summer. It pisses me off. I'm like angry about it.
I think the biggest thing, I think people are so worried about trying to compete with each other, they're not looking for their own personal gain on finding a weekend where nothing major comes out.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, on top of that, they're not like they're not paying attention to the future. I think people, there are some people who will always love going to the movies, and I think at least two of us are here. You know, but there are other people who are going to get so burned out on how many movies they feel like they have to see in order to be able to talk about it with people at work on Monday, and it's just too much. There's just too much to see, and all of it's good. Not all of it. Enough of it's good. And theaters are expensive, man. Ugh, just drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Just it's like they're trying to go out in one last final blaze of glory for movie theaters, and then the whole art field will be finished. It'll be streaming movies from here on out.
Yep. No theaters, just
right?
Netflix and Amazon and that.
Yep, except for the very, very like rare one. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna suck when that happens because by then Disney's gonna have their own streaming service, so you're gonna have to get their streaming service.
Right?
Yeah. But, so annoying.
About ready to just go become a hermit or something. Just cut myself off.
What?
I said just cut myself off from society.
Like Ant from talking, apparently. But I accidentally interrupted. But
no, you're good.
I've actually thought about that at times. I'm just like, I wonder what it would be like to just leave everything.
Right?
Just go become a hermit out in the middle of nowhere. It would be so different. But, I mean, I guess eventually you would get used to it, but...
If you were to hermit, where would you want to hermit to?
Oh, I don't know, the mountains.
Like, if you had to pick a specific state, or even Canada.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe Colorado or...
I'd probably do Idaho. You don't hear a lot of shit going on in Idaho.
Yeah, you don't. Except the bear that Travis is gonna fight barehanded.
Oh yeah, that's my suicide wish right there.
I gotta look at the map here.
That's my magical suicide. It's not even so much a suicide. I guess that'd be my choice to go out if I had a terminal illness. That's right. I explained that to you, right, Joe? I've told you that. I think I mentioned it on here.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, so when he first came about it, but it's been a long while now.
I'm going to explain it again because it's been about 2.5 years now since we started this. I may have not mentioned this. So I decided in my life that if I ever go to the doctor and they tell me, hey, listen, this is what's going on with you. You're at about 3 months to live. I decided, well, this is what, I'm not going to sit at home and mope about it. Instead, what I'm going to do, I'm going to head out to Idaho with a stick. And I'm going to fight a fucking bear. And, if I die, whatever, terminal illness, I'm going to die anyways. But if I fucking live, I got a pretty sweet story to tell people for the next 3 months. It's kind of a win-win, really. Like, like what happened to Travis? Like, oh, he fought a fucking bear. It's like, why do you do that? It's like, legends come in as they go out. It's just how it is. But if I show back up and I'm wearing this fucking brand new coat that I made out of the own bear that I took a life of with just a fucking stick, well, then I'm Liam Neeson.
Damn right.
Fuck yeah. So
I think I'd want a hermit in Michigan or Minnesota or Canada.
To be somewhere throughout the winter. Kind of like a Jeremiah Johnson kind of thing.
Yeah, I like the winter. The other thing is, like, I'm hedging my bets for climate change. I assume it's going to keep getting warmer down here, which means it'll keep getting warmer up there, which means that it'll be good farmland in a couple decades.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
So you're close to the Great Lakes, which means you're near where the glaciers were. So there should be good deposits of soil nutrients, and it's remote enough still that people will leave you alone.
Yeah.
And a lot of those states have interesting homesteading laws so that you can kind of just do whatever the fuck you want as long as it's your land. So.
This land is my land.
Mm-hmm.
This land is your land. From
Well,
California,
government doesn't allow it on some states, so
to New York
Right?
Island,
you're not allowed to go off the grid.
Redwood Forest.
That's true.
To the Gulf Stream.
Because I think that's how it is in Florida, right?
Probably.
I don't think you can live off the grid. But Travis is busy singing. That's
right. I feel that our podcast misses background music from time to time. So
we just need some random songs.
Yeah, so I feel that I just throw in some "This Land Is My Land" in the back while we're talking about land, if you will.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's a lot better than the yawning you're doing through our weekly podcast.
This is true. I'm sorry. I'm so exhausted from today. The sun has drained all energy from my body.
You are the opposite of Superman.
Exactly.
And plants.
Definitely the opposite of both of those things. But at least it's kind of cooler right now in the house. So
I got my air conditioning on, so
lucky.
all right.
Nice.
God bless the creation of central air.
Right?
It is
Yeah.
Jesus' greatest creation.
It really just sucks for the people that don't have it, you know.
All right.
And I'm not even just talking about myself. I mean, there's people in the hotter states that don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just brutal, man.
Mm-hmm.
You get so used to it as just being a convenience. And then you take it away, it's just like, this is the devil's asshole. So, I mean, it's kind of nice to be able to go to work, I can say. Because there's there's air conditioning there. What?
That's why we went grocery shopping last night.
Right? Just to get out to go.
Like, sure, we needed food, but also it was hot.
Yeah.
It's the perfect time of year to go shopping at Walmart without a wallet.
Yes.
Yeah. Yesterday me and Sam went out to the store, and it's just like, yeah, we're not just doing this to do something. We're doing it so then we can survive and get air. So,
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's even like, God, was a few years ago when I lived in my apartment. I spent a lot of time sleeping out on my living room couch because it's a window unit, but it was actually in the actual wall. So I guess a wall unit. It blew right onto the couch in the living room, so I just slept out there, shut the fucking bedroom doors, bathroom door. Once in a great while, like when it was definitely hot enough, I put like a sheet between the kitchen and the living room. But I mean, I really didn't have to worry too much about that. But nah, man, I definitely pray for those who are, let's say, less fortunate than I am to not have central air. I definitely feel like an aristocrat. I have a thermostat that controls the temperature of the entire house.
nice.
Yeah, right. One of those Mercedes-Benz driving Louis Vuitton shoe kind of guys because of my central air.
Nice.
Joey, it's been about 30 minutes since we started. Do you have your Star Award recipient for this week?
I'm glad you asked, because I do.
Excellent. I hope it's central air. I hope it's the guy who created central air.
No, it's not.
Oh,
Sorry.
No,
But it's something almost as cool to me. Other people would probably like to kick the shit out of this guy.
pun intended, right?
Yep.
Oh.
This is I'd like to give the award this week to one of my favorite entertainers of all time. His name is Mike Geyer, and he goes by the stage name Puddle's Pity Party. And if you want to talk about somebody who is following their own star, doing their own thing, this guy I think is a prime example, because what he does is he dresses up as a sad clown and sings covers of songs in like a slow jazzy style.
Nice.
Yeah. He's fantastic. I want you to picture he's a 6'8", probably 300-pound man. He looks like a linebacker in white face paint with just a little bit of black paint on his nose, some tears on his eyes, and a very, very tiny crown on his head, and a clown suit. And he walks on the stage, right? It's the creepiest thing I've ever seen, but I love it. He walks on the stage with a suitcase and a lantern. And the lantern definitely sells it for creep factor for me. And the suitcase says Puddle's Pity Party on it, and he kind of has a slumping posture. He sets it down and looks out at the crowd with sadness in his eyes. And then the most angelic voice you've ever heard comes out of his mouth. And it's just gorgeous. His singing voice is one of the most beautiful sounds I've ever heard in my entire life. And the other thing that I've noticed his trademark is he never finishes the last verse of the song. He gets to the end of the song, and right when you expect the end of it to happen, he just stops singing, grabs his lantern, and walks off the stage.
Nice.
It's amazing. So that's who I'm giving it to this week. My guy, Big Mike Geyer of Puddle's Pity Party. Here's to you. Good job following your star.
I am definitely going to look him up after this.
Yeah, I'll shoot you some links.
Okay. He was on America's Got Talent?
He was.
Nice.
Singing the most haunting version of Sia's Chandelier that you've ever heard.
Nice. So, found out something interesting. So, me and the girlfriend have had this issue with our refrigerator. Really weird issue. I've never seen it happen. Where there's water building up in the bottom of the fridge. And it's just like, what the fuck is this from? I felt the walls. The walls don't seem wet. I figured, no, maybe it's condensation just running on the walls. But at least to my knowledge, it's not. I mean, the walls are dry. And then I'm just like, okay. Before I moved in, when I talked to them, they're just like, just so you know, we're not responsible for the washer and dryer in the basement. And that was left by a tenant. I was like, okay, that's fine. Well, this weekend I called the property manager. And I talked to him. I was like, yeah, our refrigerator is just gathering water in the bottom of the fridge. He goes, yeah, we're not responsible for the fridge and the stove. That was actually left by a tenant. So I was just like,
maybe you should have mentioned that.
Yeah, right. But he said, I guess because his daughter used to be a tenant here in this apartment, he goes, yeah, my daughter had the same issue. She ended up just calling Tom, and they came out and fixed it. Obviously not a permanent fix, but it did help, I guess. So I might do that. My dad was nice enough, though, to offer his extra refrigerator that he has in his garage, though.
Nice.
So, and that's a side-by-side, so that would be real nice, but I kind of don't want to have to move the fridge.
Yeah, no kidding.
But, oh, man.
Not in this heat.
No, exactly. Not in this heat. Maybe drop it like 20 degrees. And then, what was it, yesterday? What happened yesterday? Sat around trying to keep cool. Because it's so hot, but with little avail. Like I was telling Joe earlier, ended up, because of the way the house is formed, there's like a double door wide entry between my TV room and my dining room, and then there's a doorway that goes to the kitchen. Now just open. It's really hard to cool the downstairs TV room.
Right.
So what I ended up doing was putting up flat sheets in those doorways, and it seems to have helped out some on keeping the area cool, which is great. So if you have that ability and just want to try to keep it cool in one room, maybe try flat sheets, see if it works for you. So,
kind of beats laying here in your old room and your underwear on the floor, huh?
This is true. I mean, I used to be so relaxed, just be laid out in my underwear, I'll keep it at that. I won't go.
I keep it at
I
that.
won't go lower rating than that. So.
How does that feel, baby? Lower. How does that feel, baby?
Oh, what's that from?
Oh shit!
What's that from?
I wish I remembered.
How's that feel, baby?
I don't remember where it was from. I just remember hearing it a ton of times from work back in the day. Like I didn't know it was from anything until they told me, but for the life of me, I can't remember what they said it was from.
Yeah.
That's a great joke.
Right? It's an amazing joke.
Mm.
Back when jokes were funny. Like, well, like I was on Colin and everything today, and we were talking about how the Kevin James stand-up, everything that's on Netflix. We're talking about like how like one of the biggest like travesties, if you will, to comedy is like everything is so fucking political nowadays that it's like almost unwatchable.
Yeah. It seems like every comedian wants to bring politics into things because apparently that's funny. But like he was saying, Kevin James, it was a nice relief. I watched on Netflix. There's no politics in it. It was just nice, clean, funny humor, and I definitely recommend it if you get a chance. I mean, if you didn't like Peter Rabbit, I wouldn't recommend watching it, but other than that, I would definitely recommend watching it.
Peter Rabbit.
Yeah.
Is he like as humorous as Peter Rabbit, or what do you mean?
Because there was a controversy when that movie came out. It's kind of what Kevin James talks about.
There was a controversy on Peter Rabbit.
Yeah.
I think we talked about this.
Yeah. There was a food allergy joke made in
Oh,
Rabbit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like from like peanut allergies or some shit. And,
well, just a food allergy in general, and people got all pissy and moaning about it. So, but Kevin James it seems like more along those lines, which is to me is hilarious. I mean they are serious things. I mean, if you really have them, if it actually affects you, a peanut allergy is definitely one of them. I have relatives that they're definitely allergic to them. So, but it doesn't mean you can't make fun of. We know it's a serious matter. So, but it's just a fun humor to watch if you can handle that kind of stuff.
I definitely plan on watching it after I get through Supernatural, which I will finish tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is definitely one show I have to continue watching because I stopped it a while ago. And I always
I'm surprised it's still on, really, though.
Yeah, I think they might be on their last season. Or they have one season after this.
Gotcha. Why don't you dive into your awkward flick of the week?
Okay. Well, welcome back, everybody, to another segment of Awkward Flick of the Week. This week, we look at Melissa McCarthy's new movie, Life of the Party. This movie was very funny. Definitely a funny movie to go see. There was one part, just the way she's dressed. If you've ever seen her other stuff, in particular, identity theft. One of her identities is Dawn Budgie, and since watching that, I mean, she looks like it in that movie at one point, and my girlfriend ended up calling me Dawn Budgie the rest of the night, which is just a hilarious name. But it's definitely a funny movie. It's about a mom who ends up going back to college, and ends up being right after they drop her daughter off at college. She's just like, a week later, I'm gonna go back to college. I mean, something happened in her life that caused her to do this. But it's definitely a funny movie, worth seeing. Give it a chance if you like Melissa McCarthy. I truly do. I think all of her movies are hilarious. I really can't think of one that I haven't liked.
Nice.
So
yeah. It's almost like a modern day. What the fuck is that? That Goofy movie, the sequel.
Oh yeah, the Extremely Goofy movie.
Yeah, like the extreme Goofy movie or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, obviously there's not skateboarding and shit, but
Yeah.
extreme.
Not yet.
But going to the school with your son, your kid, and then obviously because she's older, she gets made fun of for doing it. She wants to go for archaeology And so there's a lot of the girls that pick on her, oh, you're a relic. And it's just kind of humorous because she's in an archaeology class. But definitely a funny movie to go see. I would recommend this. And I would definitely give it a 5 out of 5 Awkwards. Go see it. I mean, if you want to see it in theaters, it's worth it. But it's not going to hurt you if you wait till it comes out so you can watch it at home. Funny that way is too. But give it a chance. You should enjoy it if you like her other stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said before, like I can't really think of a Melissa McCarthy movie I didn't enjoy.
Right? I mean, either can I.
Like the only one I could think, the only one I haven't seen of hers yet was like she was like some like angry bitch boss or some shit.
Boss?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
I think me and Sam watched that at your house.
Oh, well there we go.
Yeah, we watched that at your house, and it was a funny one. Why does it sound like I'm on the expressway right now?
Yeah.
Because everybody in my neighborhood has decided to drive right past my apartment right now.
Apparently.
We are the sequel to Tokyo Drift right now.
Mm-hmm.
Or Nicolas Cage's Drive Angry.
Yeah. But it's definitely that's a funny movie too. You should see it.
Drive Angry?
No, The Boss. By
Oh,
Melissa
Boss.
McCarthy. Definitely funny. You might still be able to watch it, Travis. So.
The Boss?
Yeah.
Gander.
But and then I had my first LaCroix this weekend, and
Gross.
I was not disappointed.
I'm not disappointed.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I know people say it's kind of nasty, but I actually enjoyed it a lot. So
I'm glad.
yeah. I had the passion fruit. So, and then I saw an article today talking about how those sparkling waters aren't that good for your teeth either. So it's kind of like a bummer. It's just like, well, you're getting me away from pop, but I'm drinking water a lot. But we're not going to be good for your teeth because of what's in us. They say the carbonic acid, it is weaker. It's a weak acid that's weaker than what's in soda, but it still does damage to your teeth as well. So they say that's just say the best way to keep your teeth is just drink water. It's like yeah, I understand that, but you need flavor sometimes.
Yep.
So, and carbonation.
Yep. I have a friend who loves his Diet Coke, only drinks it with a straw because that's actually if you put the straw behind your teeth where it goes,
Yeah.
it helps protect them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But,
And surprisingly, like that's kind of like how I drink my pop. I don't suck it through my teeth. I just pour it behind them. But whether or not that helps, really, I have no idea. But yeah, it's just I always just drink it that way, not run it through my teeth. But unless I want to swish it around.
Swish it around.
Yeah, you know.
Sometimes when I've got time in the morning to get some mouthwash in me,
Just use Mountain Dew and swish it around.
I like to grab my Mountain Dew Pitch Black. And go to fucking town.
Exactly. Sometimes I use Red Bull.
Gotcha. Can't wait freaking on this week, man.
This week, I'm freaking out the fact that I'm sunburned, and I really hope that it doesn't suck the rest of the week having to wear clothes. Because right now I'm sitting on my couch, and I don't have a shirt on, and it feels so nice. And I just dread thinking of what it's going to feel like putting a shirt on. So that's what I'm freaking out this week. How about you, Joe?
I'm freaking on Dune, which is it's one of the best books I've read in a while. It is a classic sci-fi story, and I highly recommend reading it. Anybody who's listening.
There was a TV show made of it, wasn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There was, I think, in the early 2000s. So I haven't seen that, but I've heard good things and I've heard bad things. I heard the movie that they made in the I want to say the 80s. A lot of people say that that's the best, but I've seen some of the screenshots from it, and I think they're out of their minds. So, yeah, so it's good. I recommend it. It's a longer read. I'm surprised. It's almost 500 pages. So I'm surprised it's that long for like a first book in a story.
Yeah.
But it reads really quickly, to be honest. Like it's there's almost no downtime the entire time you're reading. It's just constantly action or political machinations between different characters who are trying to like take control of this empire.
Nice.
And it's awesome. It's really good stuff. There's assassination attempts and pitched battles and all sorts of stuff. It's fantastic. So I've really enjoyed it.
Oh, nice. It's always good when you can find a book that kind of does that, just keeps it moving. It keeps your interest, and you don't want to just long dialogue of nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Speaking of long dialogue of nothing,
I was getting ready to turn to you, and then I'm sure you heard that car start to pull up, and I turned my mic off before it got to the loudest part of that car driving away. So, Travis, what are you freaking on this week?
a friend of mine's getting married, so I'm gonna go out to her wedding. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah, she is getting married out at her parents' house out in that awesome yard that they have. It's a huge ass yard out in the country. So I'm excited to see that. I won't make the ceremony because of work, but I'll be part of the reception for a bit.
Oh, nice.
I'm jumping back onto keto full force starting tomorrow. Took a little break for the holidays and stuff like that. Hitting my journal or my journey journal, if you will. A lot harder than I have been. So yeah, definitely getting back into keto and stuff. I got the first 60 pounds out of the way. So I got to hit the next 60 pounds here. Yeah, so it's like a week long or a year long freaking, I guess, if you will.
Well, I definitely wish you best of luck, sir. You got this.
Yeah, I got this shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, Joe.
Yes.
Every week here on Fast and Furious, our listeners could listen to Geekcast Joe with his many vehicles. But sometimes an hour Geekcast Joe along with the revving of inappropriate vehicles is just not enough. So we're going to go to get more Geekcast Joe.
If you need more Geekcast Joe in your life, along with the accompanying annoying motor vehicles, you can find me over the Geekcast Live podcast at gcl.ninja. You can also find us on Facebook, iTunes, Google Play, and Twitter by searching Geekcast Live. Oh, this one has music. Do you hear this one?
Yeah, I hear that one.
Yeah.
See, told you, we need background music.
It works.
Make sure you guys keep in touch with us through Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter just by searching This Freakin' Show. If you have any comments, concerns, and suggestions for the show, you can email us at thisfreakinshow@yahoo.com. Make sure you check out our website for all the 5-star award recipients as well as the guests that we have. And if you guys know of somebody who is a fan of podcasts but do not know of us yet, let them know that they can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, and of course Podbean. As always, I am Travis.
I'm Awkward Colin.
And I'm Geekcast Joe.
And thank you for listening to another episode of This Freakin' Show.